So I just got cut off, guys. I'm on my tablet, and I don't know what happened. Everything seemed to be working, and the internet cut off. So I'm trying to. I don't have internet hooked up in my apartment yet, so I don't know if anybody's coming back on here. Let's see. Yeah. So this might be a waste. Let's see if anybody comes in the room. I just got kicked off. I had people watching me, viewers. Yeah. Guess. Hey, Matt, you're back. Matt, I don't know what happened. I got kicked off. Oh, you guys are coming back. I got kicked off, guys. I don't know what happened. Maybe I'm touching too many buttons. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's see here. Well, we got a couple people back in the room. Yeah, I don't know what happened. So apparently you can go live on your phone, and I'm basically on my tablet, which is a bigger phone, and I don't know why it cut me off. Bad connection. Yeah, bad connection. So I was talking about something about one of you guys had a question. Hey, Alan. I don't know how I got kicked off, guys. I'm glad you guys are back in the room. I'll see how long this lasts. So I know we were talking about getting credit time served for an ankle bracelet, and that's only after prison when you're on home confinement. And, they might send you on home confinement with an ankle bracelet. But if you're on pretrial and you're out on a bond and you have to wear the ankle bracelet, you don't get credit time served, only when you're locked up in the facilities. And if you violate your pretrial, you're out on a bond, with or without an ankle bracelet, doesn't matter. If you violate it, you give them a dirty test or break a law or cross the state line, or it's lots of violations. Anyways, they will send you back to the detention center or a county jail until you're sentencing, and you get no credit for that. So you got to be really careful. Alrighty. Well, 3 people back in the room. Trying it again, guys. So let's see, we got some more questions. Anyways, so I'm still getting used to being out of California, guys. It's not hard. You can have California, man. Katrina, other guy was saying, depending on if you were on A or B. I don't know what that means by A or B. Anybody know what she means by that? I don't know what A or B means. Let's see. Other guy was saying, depending on if you were on A or B. I don't know what A or B is. Hey guys, Dan Dawood, hey, I surrender my passport, and next week I will be sentenced. When do I get my passport back? Probably when you're off probation. At least when you get released, you're not going to get it back for, maybe when you get it back after you get released. Yeah. So listen, I heard from, you guys know Fed Phoenix. Her name's Audrey. She's kind of been on the channel a lot. She's got her own channel. She had to turn herself in about 10 days ago, and she called me. She's at Alderson Federal Prison. That's the one Martha Stewart was at. So she got in there, and she's in the quarantine unit, but it's not like a hole. It's not a shoe. She says it's, I don't know, maybe 20 girls in there, and there's about 40 beds, and they have a TV room and an email room and all that stuff. And when they go to chow, they got to go on their own, and then they go after everybody eats. Then they go to chow, and they're the last one to eat. And she says it's not that bad, but she can't get into any programs or go out. They can't go out on the yard or anything like that until they're quarantined. The 2 negative tests, and she said they hold you there for about 2 months. But she says it's not that bad. The girls are all getting along. She doesn't have any money on her books, guys, and I told her I don't have a way to put links up or anything because I'm on my tablet. But her name's Audrey Thompson, and you can look that up on the BOP. Go to her channel, Fed Phoenix, and she has information on there. And if you guys can write her a letter, she says, help her out, 10, 20 bucks on her books, anything will help, she asks. Let's see if there's more questions here. And Chris from Alabama, I did a video with him, He got an 18-month sentence, and they gave him 8 months halfway house time. And so between his good time and all that, he only did 7 months in prison. He's out. He called me, and I asked him, "How the hell did you get 8 months halfway house time on an 18-month sentence?" He says, "Hell if I know." He says everybody was hating on me. They were making up, thinking I told on somebody, I snitched or something. Nobody gets 8 months halfway house. He said that he just got the luck of the draw, that his case manager said, I don't even know how you got 8 months halfway house time. The case manager is the one who decides it, but he doesn't know. They gave it that to him right when he got there. But he's a big guy. He's like 300 pounds. And I don't know if health isn't right, and it may be something to do. He said he lost 110 pounds on him since he was in there. But he's got the CPAP, and he's got like things with his lungs, and he's got diabetes, and so it's costing them money to keep him there. So it's my guess that's why they gave him that much halfway house time. But that's a lot. So on an 18-month sentence, he did 7 months, and he's already out. And he's going to come on the channel too. He said. I told him to ask permission from the halfway house first because I don't want to get him in any trouble. Hey, Vincent, how we doing? Hey, what's up? Greetings from Bay Area, California. All right. I just left the Bay Area, man. I just left the Bay Area. Just left the Bay Area. Yeah, I'm never going. I don't know about never say never. But, yeah, I was born and raised out there in San Francisco in the Bay Area. You can have it, man. I got this one-bedroom apartment, $729 a month, man. It's. I mean, I'm only making $15 an hour out here, but it's enough to live on. And I'm taking the job not for the money, because I get to help inmates getting out of prison, put them to work, train them. There's a whole bunch of projects they got me doing. This organization's been around for 20 years. It's called Wings for Life, and you'll be hearing more about that. Let's see. There's somebody else popped up here. Polito Bambino. I'm going to Milan, Michigan, on Friday, but I have to be under quarantine when I get there. Oops. Any other new updates on COVID prisons? And Vince says, right on. So some prisons, as long as you're vaccinated, they send you right in. I'm assuming you're going to a camp or a low. I know if you're going to a medium or a penitentiary, you still got to quarantine in the shoe. But if you're going to a medium, low or a camp, more than half of them was what you're hearing. As long as you're vaccinated, you go right out, and you go right out. You go straight to the camp. If you're not vaccinated, yes, you're going to be held in quarantine your whole time until you get vaccinated. You will have no rights if you don't get vaccinated. You'll never go to the yard. You won't be able to participate in any programs. You won't even be able to do RDAP to get time off your sentence. Nothing. So if you are holding back on getting vaccinated, your life is going to be miserable in prison. But they will let you stay there, not get vaccinated, but they're going to make it miserable for you. The other half of the prisons, they have quarantine ranges now, like little, like 10, 20 people in a range with TV and email and a phone. Because Audrey just told me, and there was another guy who called me, what was his name? He called me too. Can't remember his name. He called me too. He's in a quarantine range. He's only got to be there for like 3 weeks, and then let him out for the rest of the camp. 2 other people sent me core links, and they didn't have to do any quarantine. So, and this was all in the last month. Looks like I got some more questions up here. Trina, I live 45 miles from Milan. Okay. Thought Milan was in Italy. No. Milan is a low. Okay. Low's not too bad. Sometimes lows have a adjacent satellite camp next to them too. I'd have to look that one up. He says it's a low security. Okay, you'll be all right in a low. I gotta tell you though, a lot of chomos, man. Lots of chomos in a low. That's the only thing. But I guess they stayed in themselves, and everybody else stayed to their cells. That's the one thing. And there's a fence, but you don't have to worry about the politics too much in a low. There's really not much with the gangs or anything like that. You can talk to other races. The higher up you go, the camps really have hardly any politics at all. Lows have little. Mediums, that's when it starts. Mediums, you probably penitentiary. Yeah, you got to join a gang, or you're gonna be. It's hunting season on you, man. Penitentiaries. I mean, I only know because I talked to guys who've been in the pen. I met a lot of them in my halfway house. Everybody there was from the pen. There was just a couple guys from the camp. Jonathan, he's the young guy, the Asian guy. He did a year and a day. He's out. He just got done with his halfway house time. He's coming on the channel. As soon as they get the internet hooked up, he's going to tell you about. He went to Devon, Massachusetts camp, and he's going to tell you guys all about that. And there's a couple of videos I did with him. You scroll through my channels. His name's Jonathan Wynn. Anyways, he's 24 years old, 26 years old, young guy. Got his whole life ahead. Now he can put all this behind him. But you know, he just got out of the halfway house, and he's ready to come on here. And so is Chris from Alabama. Let's see. Matt says, "Are chomos bad inmates to be around, or is it just because there is so much hate for their crimes?" I don't want to talk about that right now. Anybody who rapes and molests little children should not be allowed to cut their fucking dick off, okay? That's what I say, all right? And then go let them be part of society. Yeah, that would be my punishment. That would be my punishment. And now YouTube's going to shut my channel down because I said that. But, you know, that's all. I don't want to get started on that. But I did, didn't I? Milanis, well, yeah, they have a temporary detention facility too, yeah. So, yeah. Vince says, haha. Yeah. So they do this thing where they, what they call chemically castrate them or something, so they take a pill so they can't get excited. Cut the thing off, okay? Cut it off. An eye for an eye for those guys. I'm sorry. We had Larry Nessler. Oh, we had Larry Nessler from MSU in Milan for a while. How is camp life day to day? Camp life day to day is good until about once a month. They're going to remind you you're in prison, though, and they'll do a shakedown and a lockdown and search your locker and all this stuff, and you know, keep everybody locked up for 2 days while they, you know, to remind you you're in prison. But then the rest of the month, you know, it's summer camp for criminals, so to speak. Day-to-day life's not too bad. You know, you get a job. Most jobs aren't 4 to 6 hours a day. It's easy jobs. Some jobs are really hard. The landscapers work hard. The snow patrol works hard. The maintenance guys work hard. But most jobs are pretty easy. They pass the time, and then you got, you know, baseball and football. I mean, real baseball that you play out there, and there's a big gym, and you can work out. And me, I had a rock band. We had a music room, and all the guys from my rock band live here in Albuquerque. And I've already talked to one of them. He came by and visited me, Larry, and a couple other guys I've talked to. So there's a lot of guys I did time with in Florence, Colorado that live here in Albuquerque. And and we're still all on probation, and we're doing our best to change our lives and do better now. And he just got promoted to assistant manager. Larry's doing good. He's doing good. He actually lives in Santa Fe, but he's in Albuquerque once a week visiting his kids. So he stopped by. And so, yeah, you know, life in the camp's not too bad. It's prison, though. You know what I mean? You're going to miss your family and your friends and your life. And, you know, but there's no fence at a camp. And it can psychologically, because you can walk away anytime you want. You know, I can see the cars drive by and who's driving them. And I can see the houses across the street and daydream that I lived in one of those houses. And I could just walk across the street and go in somebody's house. You know, I mean, it's there's no fences. It psychologically plays with you. You know, you can leave anytime you want. Of course, they'll catch you. And if they catch you escaping a camp, they add 2 years to your sentence. And for some guys, it's worth it. They haven't seen their family in years. You know, there's guys that work their way down from the penitentiary all the way to a medium to a low to a camp, and then they walk away from the camp. And they don't care if they get 2 more years and they get sent back, you know, to a higher facility. They get a little vacation. Hopefully they figure maybe they'll get 3 or 4 days. You know, they've been locked up 20 years, worked their way down to a camp. They don't care about 2 more years. They want those 3 days of freedom while they're on the run. And for some guys, it's worth it. Not for me. Katrina says Duluth, Minnesota camp is on Lake Superior. Very cold. I bet it's cold. It's been 25 degrees, 30 degrees here at night. I heard it's going to get down to 10 degrees here in a week or two in Albuquerque, and I'm not used to that. But the daytime's not too bad, 50, 60 degrees. I can handle that. I can handle that. Yes, I'm just... Oh, yeah, I was showing you guys this travel pass that I got. So I'm on a 30-day travel pass, and I like that approved thing. So, but it also says here on the bottom, he put a reminder, travel to the District of New Mexico is approved. However, should the District of New Mexico not accept your case for supervision, you must report to the Northern District of California within 72 hours of becoming aware. So what had happened was he said I got approved to move to New Mexico, but they had to approve, the address had not been approved. So I found a place, company online, I paid a $45 fee. Oh, by the way, when they ran my background check, it came back with 0 criminal results. And I maybe because I'm fed, but I didn't lie on the application part. I put down my crime. It was wire fraud, and, you know, I put down that I was indicted in 2013 and convicted in 2017. And but anyways, it came back 0 criminal results. But when I called the property management place, they said something about, it looks like you're waiting for approval to transfer. You're on probation and they're waiting for your approval to transfer. I go, yeah, they found out about that, so they know. So this property management place rents to felons as long as it's not sex crimes or violent crimes or drug crimes. So that's how I got in here. It's not the best neighborhood, but it's not a bad neighborhood. But I know why it's a little run down here. But anyway, they told me later I can pick some. I got a 6-month lease, and this property management said you can have one. Basically, she said you do good for 6 months, we'll move you to a better property in 6 months, and something like that. She said. Anyways, let's see if there's any more questions. We got no. Okay. So anyways, so my PO gave me, since the address hadn't been approved yet, and I had already put a deposit down on the apartment. I told them, and I wanted to move, and I wanted to be here by Monday. So he came up with an idea to give me a 30-day travel pass, and he goes, "That's 30 days for them to finish their investigation." And they called me Friday. The guy called me Friday, and he was going to come by. And first he wanted to know who lives in the building, and he didn't think I'd actually moved in yet. When I told him, well, no, I already moved in. He goes, okay, I'm going to get you assigned to a probation officer, and I'll come by Friday or Monday. He didn't come by Friday, so I called him back around 5 o'clock. He said he's going to come by Monday. So I got to be ready to pee in that cup. Now, I'm not worried. The urine's nothing in it. 5 years clean of everything. But I lock up. Peeing in that cup is so hard for me. So, and it's a brand new guy, and I know they're going to have me pee in that cup. Now, I'm not, like I said, the urine's clean. I don't have to worry about that, but I lock up, guys. I can't wait to get off this probation. If you can't pee in the cup, they call that a refusal. And last PO told me I have to take you back. I have to take you down to the jail if you can't pee in the cup, because that's a refusal. And I go, well, you just showed up on my door on demand, and I just used the bathroom 20 minutes ago, and they hear that all the time. Of course, they don't believe you. So tomorrow when I wake up, I'm holding it in all morning till these guys get here. Let's see here. I saw something up there. I got some spammer guy. I'm not sure how to get rid of that. Let's see here. Vincent says, hey, I haven't visited your channel in a while. As a matter of fact, just scrolling through your videos. I believe it's been a year since. I believe one of the last videos I've seen on... Yeah, so I'm doing a live chat on my tablet because I don't have internet right now because I just moved to Albuquerque, and I get back to my regular videos and all that kind of stuff. I don't have much access now. This is more of a test model. I just did it kicked me off. I don't know. Now it's working. Who's this guy putting Chinese language on here? Let's see how you get rid of this. I'm not sure how to get rid of that. Do I? See, if I was on my laptop, remove. I don't know if that does it. Yeah, okay. Hold it and report. Unwanted spam. Maybe that'll get rid of it. Okay. You're getting hacked. I know. I'm trying to block. I just blocked him. I'm on a tablet, guys. I don't have my laptop. I have my laptop, but let's see. Remove. Yeah, I reported him. One more. Okay. I think I got rid of all those. Yeah, I did block him. I blocked him. So anyways, I'm just doing this video checking in with some of my followers, I guess. Guys that watch my channel. Ask me any questions you got right now, guys. I just wanted to check in because I haven't been able to do a video for a week because I don't have the internet. And hopefully tomorrow, the post office and they have that router and stuff for me. Or I'm going to call Xfinity and said, you guys sent me a text saying it's delivered and it hasn't been delivered. And I checked the post office. Where is it? Maybe they'll let me come down to their office and pick it up. And so the other ones, there's one in limbo somewhere. Anyways, Vince says, cool, man. Could you remind me of what your charge was? If I remember correctly, it was blue-collar crime, wasn't it? Fraud or something. Not that it matters. Glad you've been doing good. Yeah, blue collar was white collar, blue collar, white collar. Yeah, it was wire fraud. I filed tax refunds for people and got them lots of money back. A lot of my drug addict tweaker friends at the time. Okay, I'm clean and sober over 5 years now, guys. But all my drug addict friends who never had jobs, I found a way to file them taxes and get them back a bunch of money, like $5,000. And I took 20%. And they told two tweakers, and they told two tweakers, and next thing you know, my phones were off the hook, and I had to train people else how to do this. And I owe the government $1.7 million now. I didn't get that money. Everything got frozen, but everybody got their refunds, and the government wants me to pay it back. Yeah, I made a little bit before I got caught. And that's the short end of the stick. But what I did was wrong. So, and I'm not allowed to ever file anybody's taxes. I can't even give tax advice. So, yeah. So, and I got 52 months sentence for that. So, yeah, no more taxes for me. Let's see this blue LOL. Oh, yeah, there you go. Serena, I have to self-surrender. What if I drop dirty for weed when I get there? They're not going to test you when you get there. They don't ever test anybody. If you show up and there's alcohol on your breath and they could smell it, they might throw you in the shoe to let you, sleep it off, detox it off. So if you do drink, just, mouthwash, don't try to drink till the last minute when you get there. Drink, party all you want the night before. But they're not going to test you for drugs when you get there. They don't. No, they don't. Unless you show up all, give them a reason to, but no, they won't test you. So have a party night before you go in. Yeah. I did the night before I went in. That was 5 years ago, so. Serena, okay. Serena, where are you going? Yeah, where are you going, Serena, and for how long? And is it a camp or low or women have 3 kinds of prisons? That's right. Men have 4. Women have like a pen, then they have like a camp combo low, and they have a medium, something like that. Yeah, have fun, Serena. I mean, the night before. I don't mean have fun in prison too, but I'm sorry you got to go. But don't think that they're going to test you. They don't test when you get there. No. They're going to dress you out and search you and stuff like that, but they see if you're bringing in drugs, but they don't care if you're on them. I shouldn't say they don't care, but they don't test to see if you're on them. Let's see. Alrighty. Wow, got people in the room. Surprised, I haven't done a video in like a week. So anyways, when I get my internet hooked up, I will get back to all these videos and stuff I've been meaning to do. Now I don't have roommates, guys, so I was living in that sober living house. 8 guys, right? 2 guys in a bedroom. I pay $950 to share a room. And sometimes they could put 3 guys in a room. And to do those videos, all my videos, I had to wait till nobody was in the room, I had this green screen I'd pull up and stuff, and then I had no privacy there. You know, now I got like my own place. I can do a video anytime I want. I don't have to worry about somebody walking in or saying anything. It's like, great, I got to get used to this. I have not had my own place in over 10 years, guys. So I was on pretrial, 4 years on pretrial, and 3 years in prison, and been out for 2 years. The 4 years on pretrial. Pretrial had me do a drug program, a New Bridge for 6 months, and then I had to live in these other sober living houses over there in Oakland. The whole 4 years I was on pretrial, I had to live in sober living houses. Right, with one in Oakland, one place that where was 6 of us in one room, 6 guys in one room in East Oakland, and I stayed there about 2 years. And I'm a white guy. This is East Oakland, so there was about 3 white guys and 30 blacks, and that's pretty much how it is in East Oakland. And but we all got along fine. But I mean, I had to live like 6 people in a room all the time on pretrial. Then they let me move to San Leandro, which is a little better, and it was only 4 people in a room. And then I had to go to prison, you know, and then, you know, that's hundreds of people, roommates there. And then I got out of prison, a halfway house, 500 people in a halfway house. In the last 2 years, I actually went back to the sober living house in East Oakland when I got out of the halfway house. There was only 6 guys in the room I stayed in then. And then I got a little better job when I moved to Mountain View, and 6 to 8 guys in that house. Finally, after 10 years, I have my own place. I had to get out of California to do it. I had to move here to Albuquerque. But, you know, I'm working for this nonprofit. They hired me because of these videos. And I can't wait to get my internet hooked up, guys. Let's see. I do have some chats here. TJ says, so icy. How long you get? Okay, am I just spinning? All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Wow, there's a bunch of comments here. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to be on here too much longer. Apparently, this unlimited internet that I have on my tablet doesn't really stream too well. Let's see, back to Vince says, 5 years, awesome. Glad that chapter of your life is over. On to bigger and better things for sure. Monique, it's almost impossible. Let's see. So, camp in Three Rivers is where I'm going. 3 Rivers. Where is 3 Rivers? Hi, Monique. Have any of you all ever heard of them using your juvenile cases count as points if you're 18 years of age? They will use that against you. The prosecution will. They'll open your juvenile, people think since you're a minor, everything's sealed. Not in the feds. They open that up and they use it against you. It's all going to be in party. It's all, they can't, there's certain things, felonies over 15 years, they can't use for your points, and misdemeanors over 10. They can't actually make that part of your guidelines, but they will argue with the they will use that against you to the best thing. But you are protected under certain. I don't have. Wish I had my laptop here, my computer, or all my paperwork on, because I had an office set up before I moved and started these. Next week I'll be back to all that. But they will use your juvenile record against you. Yeah, Katrina said, yeah, they will. How much halfway house arrest time did you get? I got 51 months. And wondering how much time I have to be fully away from my family. If you're asking me, I got 6 months halfway house time on a 52-month sentence. But I took RDAP. A lot of guys were only getting 2 or 3 months halfway house time. Now with the pandemic and everything, people are getting 6 months and 8 months and 10 months halfway house time or home confinement. They're giving them away a lot more now. Vince says, now I remember why I subscribed to you. Oops. You were a Bay Area native. California prison politics are way different than other states. Yeah. Well, no more California for me, man. And The politics, you can have the San Francisco politics, okay? I was born and raised in San Francisco, but that was a different time and a different era. I was raised kind of in a bad neighborhood, but the politics weren't what they are now, okay? And when I was raised in I don't want to tell you how much that city's changed, but it's scared. I had to get the fuck out of there. You can have San Francisco now. They've turned it into a shithole, man. I mean, just homeless tents and camps forever, and just drugs are rampant. I mean, drugs are rampant, which back in my day when I was doing drugs, yeah, that would have been great because I'd get caught for a little quarter gram and go do 4 or 6 months in the county jail. Now I get caught for a quarter gram. The cop just, if anything, they give me a ticket or anything, but it's crazy out there, and it's too expensive. $2,000-3,000 for an apartment in a bad neighborhood, $4,000 for an apartment in a good neighborhood. Now I'm only paying $700 a month out here. There's a lot of things about San Francisco that's changed that I don't like. TJ, they won't give you points, but they bring it up in sentencing to show your character. Yeah, that's right, they do, and they try to convince that judge you're a bad person. Look, all the stuff you did when you were a kid, all the stuff in your 20s and 30s or whatever. They try to rip your whole life in front of you and say that you'll never learn, you never change, you never have, you never will. Give this person the most time. They don't have a heart. They don't have a heart. That's their job. They're heartless people. Hopefully you get a fair judge. Not all judges are fair. Some are, some aren't. Depends on if it's been 10 years since. Yeah, the 10 years since for misdemeanors and 15 years for felonies, that's on certain crimes. They can't use it against you. And I don't have all my paperwork with me. TJ says, wow, didn't know they could give you points for juveniles. Well, they're going to use it against you to offer you, especially that plea deal and stuff. TJ, they've changed your plea deal once, right? Once they went up and down, and once you sign that plea deal, though, they can't change it, and they might want to. They might find out more dirt from you after you've signed the plea deal, and they want a new plea deal. But no, once you sign it, they can't change it. So what they'll do instead is try to argue with the judge. After he signed the plea deal, we found out, that he had all these felonies as a 17-year-old and stuff. So we think he should have more time. Yeah, but a fair judge will say, no, you too late. You already signed the deal with him. You guys didn't do your job. You should have dug up all the dirt on the person before you had him sign the plea deal. Since you guys wanted to wait and sign the plea deal, so worried that he wasn't going to sign, and now you find more stuff. Oh well, that's on you. That's how a judge should judge. Let's see here. Serena, how did you most enjoy spending your time while you were in there? If you're asking me, I actually had some fun. Not at first. I mean, it's prison, but I was in a camp. I played a lot of music. I played guitar, and I met some guys, and we had a rock band. They have a music room, and I mean, we had drums, electric guitars, microphones. I mean, we were having fun in there in that music room. And then they let us do shows outside, and I used to put on these talent shows, and I'd put up flyers everywhere, and I did 2 of them, and like I did a lot of them, but I did 2 of them, and I had the whole camp, and they let us make a little stage outside, and I mean, people probably could hear us across the street. There was houses and stuff, and we had a talent show. I'd have 10, 12 different acts, and we played all day. We did it on 4th of July, and then we did it on Labor Day, and the camp would have a barbecue. They're barbecuing hamburgers and hot dogs, and after that, we had a talent show, and man, people, there was all kinds of different acts, and stuff like that. So I did a lot of music. I took a lot of classes at night. Some classes were just film watching a movie, and then you write a report on it. Or some of them did there was a stand-up comedy class. I mean, you know what I mean? I found, I walked the track every night. A little TV. I had some friends, a little circle of friends here and a circle of friends there, and we all passed the time, and we tried to find humor in things. We tried to laugh at life. we know we're in prison, but that doesn't mean they can't take your sense of humor away from you. You know what I mean? So we did our best to have fun while we were there. Some people don't know that concept, and they're just angry that they're locked up in prison the whole time, and they're going to be miserable. You got to get over that, okay? Fuck it. You're in prison now, all right? That doesn't mean you can't have fun. Don't let them take that from you. You know, find the people that have the personality that still want to have some fun. You know, I mean, we played board games, played Monopoly. We actually get to finish the game of Monopoly. When do you ever have time to finish the game of Monopoly till the very end? Well, when you go to prison, you do. You know, and that's kind of funny in itself. But yeah, you know, you find friends, you do things. I mean, you know, there's baseball teams to join and soccer, and you know, we had horseshoes and volleyball and bocce ball. I thought that was for old Italian guys, but it's a lot of fun, you know. There's lots of things to do in the camps, in the lows too. Lots of sporting and activities and things, and you know, yeah, you gotta have fun while you're in there. I know it's like, get over the fact that you're in prison and just have some fucking fun while you're in there. Joke around. Look at the humor of things. You can find something funny. You want to people watch? People watch in prison. Get a couple of your buddies and find some guys that, well, you guys sit outside one night, because at camp you're outside at night and you're kicking back in these chairs, or we're watching little drama groups, and this guy fighting, or this guy talking, and you people watch and you have fun and you make fun of them, and I mean, you don't let them hear you make fun of them, but there's some characters in prison. There's some characters in there, and that's how you get through it, man. You just gotta get over the fact that you're in prison and have some fun while you're there. Fuck it, man. Don't let them take your sense of humor away. Let's see, I got some comments here. TJ, I might get 5 months in prison. I might get 5. Yeah, I know. I might get probation. I might get 10 years. I might get 20. I might get home confinement. I might get the CARES Act. I might get the Second Chance Act. I might get an ankle bracelet. I might not get an ankle bracelet. I might do my time and a half. That's what's fucked up about being a preacher. You don't know. You know, you just don't know. And most people are going to do some kind of prison time. And my family and friends, no, man, 4 years I was on pretrial. Nobody thought I was going to prison. They go, they don't let you just walk around free like this. I go, I'm not free. I have a pretrial officer checks on me. Still, you're just going to get probation. They don't let you just be free like this and have a job and go about your life and stuff, and then they're going to send you to prison? Bullshit. They did. I even called some people up after I got snatched. See, motherfucker, I told you I'm going to prison. Are you happy now? It's just like, yeah, man. I know. It sucks. It sucks, TJ, not knowing. See. Polito, how do you say it? Polito Bambino. Was the E string still on the guitars you guys brought into camp? We had about 25 guitars, and there was a guy who fixed them. Yeah, but they were on there. But I broke a lot of strings. Yeah, we had 25 guitars. They're just on the wall. The trip when I got there, I said, because you can't, in state prison, you can have your own guitar and buy it. You can't do that in the feds. And you can't take it back to your room or your cell or your bed. But, so I walked in there and I asked somebody, how do I get a guitar? I think there was a CO in there who runs the rec room. He goes, just grab one. Take it off the wall. I go, really? You guys are going to trust me? I walk in, there's all these guitars hanging on the wall. And they go, just pick any one you want. Really? I'm looking at them. I grab one. They go, take it. Play it outside. There's a couple of extra empty rooms, practice rooms. Whatever you want to do, take it. Bring it back when you're done. Really? And it was just like that. Now, you know, after a while, I'd see there's 5 or 6 that are really good guitars that were always taken, you know, so you get there early and take it. But they all worked, you know. They weren't the best. Even the 5 or 6 that were good weren't the best, but it did the job, man. You know. Let's see what the next one says. Polito Bambino. So I'm not being sent to an administration building before I self-surrender this Friday. I'm supposed to report straight to Milan. Only problem is they didn't give me my inmate registration number. So you can look that up. Go to BOP.gov. That stands for Bureau of Prisons.gov. So it's the Bureau of Prisons website. And look under Find an Inmate. And when it comes up, you can check your name. You can find your inmate by name. Punch in your first and the last name and hit search. Your name should come up with your registration number on there. If not, you can call the marshals. They usually have it on file, the marshal's office. But yeah, if you're self-surrendered by now, your number should be in the system. So go to the Bureau of Prisons website. It's B as in Bureau, O as in of, and P as in prisons. Bureau of Prisons. BOP.gov. Find an inmate, look up yourself, and you should find your number there. Hope that helps. So icy. Me too. Everyone kept saying I'm going to get probation. I just laugh. I know, huh? Let's see. What's the next one say? How many months will I have to do on a 61-month sentence? So it depends if you're going to get the RDAP or not. I don't know if you know about that residential drug abuse program. It gives you a year off your sentence and an extra 6 months halfway house time. But a 61-month sentence. So let's do the math. You're going to get you do 85% of your time. So you get 54 days off for every year that you do. So six that's 5-year sentence basically. So you're going to get 10 months taken off right off the top. So 61 minus 10 is 51. All right. And then if you get halfway house time or home confinement time, and on a sentence like that, let's say you get 6 months, halfway house time or home confinement time. You can take another 6 months off. 51 minus 6 is, minus 6 is 45. So that's 45 months. If you get the RDAP program, you'll get another year off, and you'll be out of there in 35 months. So you're looking at 45 months. There's this First Step Act now, and you're in there long enough where you can work. You can get enough credit to get a whole year off for halfway house time or home confinement. You got to take every program you can find. If it's a 7 Habits program, if it's they have a drug education courses, they have solar energy classes, welding classes, plumbing, electrical. There's a dog training program. There's a culinary class. That was 900 hours. So for every every 3 days worth of credits you get, for every 30 days of program credits, you get 10 days off for halfway house time. And when I say a day, that's 8 hours. So it's you need a lot of hours. The culinary class is 900 hours. I took that, and that's good for 900. That'd be 3. That's good for 300 hours, which is, I don't do the math, but take all the classes you can, and you can get another year taken off your sentence. Hope that helps. Let's see, next one here. TJ, right, my wife still thinks I'm not going to prison. She doesn't understand. I just plead guilty and I'm being sentenced soon. She's a weirdo. LOL. Yeah, I know the feeling, TJ. I know that feeling. Polito Bambino, I've been checking the BOP website, but I'm still not processed in their system. So are you putting in your right name? You know what I mean? So let's say your name's Larry Smith, but your real name is Lawrence Smith. You know what I mean? They might have you under your real name, whatever, if it's Rich, but it's Richard. You understand what I'm saying? Tom could be Thomas. John might be Jonathan. Maybe you use your middle name. Check that, or call the marshal's office, because the marshals will know. Call them tomorrow. Is Monday. They should know. Well, let's see here. Vit says, have you made any videos regarding integration of SNY PC inmates to mainline in California? PC, protective custody. What is SN? What is that again? SNY. Don't know what SNY means. I don't know. So I'm gonna say no. I haven't made any videos regarding this because I don't know what that means. PC, you mean people that were in protected custody and worked and got. What's the question again? Have you made any videos regarding integration of SNY PC inmates to mainline in California? I'm going to say no. Not sure what all that means. Sorry. But Stephen Polito, I'm going to call the prison tomorrow. Yeah, you can do that too. Heather, hi Heather. What's the charge for selling a firearm to a felon, and how much time would you be looking at? The felon is a CI and not state but feds. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what. That's serious though. Selling firearms, they don't like that, and you won't go to a camp. I know that. That's at least a low. But I'm gonna say 5 years maybe. That's my guess. But you won't be going to a camp. Yeah. I mean, it depends what kind of firearm. You know, nowadays, with all the shootings going on and everything. I mean, if it's a hunting rifle, it's one thing. If it's a pistol, it's one thing. But if it's an AK-47, they don't like that. So what kind of firearm? That's actually going to make a difference. And how many? Is it just one firearm? You know what I mean? So I do know a guy. He got 2 years. He sold. Oh, this is what happened. He went into a gun store to buy a gun. And while he was in there, he's in prison right now. While he was in there, a guy approached him and said, I can give you a better deal on that gun you're looking at there. I actually have a few guns that I want to get rid of, and I was going to come in here and sell them to the gun store here, but I'll sell it to you for like whatever, $400 or whatever the price was, and talked the guy into it. And he said, yeah, come on over somewhere, and they met somewhere, and he sold him the gun, and that guy was a Fed, and he only got 2 years for that. He's on one of my videos. I can't remember. Maybe he got 3 years. He didn't get much time, but he didn't go to a camp. Yeah, I did a video. I'd have to. Who was that? What was his name? I've done an interview with him, and he's on one of my videos, and that was probably a year ago. I'd have to scroll through my videos. But scroll through my videos, guys, all the interview ones. There's one of those guys. God, I've done too many videos, I can't remember. Well, his name's not coming to me, but he got 2 or 3 years. So, you're not looking at a whole lot of time, but you're not going to a camp. Well, depending on what kind of firearm it was. Let's see. Sensitive needs yard. I have sensitive needs too, Matt. We all do. Or it's special needs. Do people with special needs have other needs? 18 USC, I don't know what that charge means. How do prisons treat disabled people, camps, and low? The medical's not that great in there. Well, there was probably 10 guys with one leg at my camp. A lot of people on diabetes. The line, because I got high blood pressure. Once a month, I got to go get my refill on my pills, because they let you keep your meds with you unless it's a narcotic. But I always dreaded standing in line, and there's like 28 guys waiting to get their insulin shot, and and they're always there first. It's like, man, I got 2 hours waiting on these guys. But they give them their insulin, and they take care of you, kind of. You know what I mean? Don't get sick. You get a cold or a flu in prison, you're fucked. They tell you to drink water, walk the track. Try to get a day off from work because you think you got the flu or the cold. They don't know. They'll come and pull you out of your bed, man. They don't like that. But no, they treat you okay. They treat you okay. One, it says pistol. Oh, one was a pistol. Special needs yard. Yeah, correct. Why won't they go to a camp for selling a gun? It's just one of the rules. One of the camp rules, because they don't trust you. There's no fence there. So, yeah, you can go to a camp for having a gun, possessions of guns, like guys have it in their car or in their closet in the house, but actually firing the gun or selling the gun, you can't go to a camp. Possessing it, yes, you can. Their rules. Let's see. I got a 924C. Anything that involves a firearm is considered to be a violent offense. There's a good answer. I'm going to a camp and I got a gun charge. Yeah, but did you fire the gun? See, like I said, you can lots of guys had gun enhancement charges, but they didn't use the gun in the crime. The gun was there in the trunk of their car, or, you know what I mean, on them or something, but the gun wasn't used in the crime. It was there, but it wasn't part of the, you know what I mean? Possession of a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. Sean, I got sentenced, was looking at 57 to 71. I got 24 months. Wow. Surrendering 224. No shit. Wow. That's wow. That's eye-opening news right there, man. I can't believe that. Hear that, guys? 57 to 71 months he was looking at. That was his sentence. I don't know, I guess that was your guidelines. You got 24 months. Wow. So tell us why. Do you know why? That's wow. I've heard of them going a year or two below, but man. So that's great, man. That's great. Did not Coop, by the way. No, I didn't. That's great news, man. That's great news. All right, guys, a few more questions. My thing's starting to, I got a little note on my tablet that said, your internet connection is unstable, so it might cut me off again, but in the meantime, if you got some more questions. Letters and allocation helped. Yeah, that's good to know that helped. I think he means cooperate, not Coop. Oh. Yeah, well, cooperation can mean quite a few things. Telling on yourself is considered cooperation, So you're going to find in the camp, man, guys. See, if I go to a low, will I still get switched to a camp after I serve some of my sentence? Yeah, you got to get, your points can get reduced under, you need 11 points or less to go to a camp. For women, I don't know the numbers. I don't have them handy with me. But your points get dropped, and you go down, like in security levels, and then they'll send you to a camp. Yeah. For women, I don't have all the stats on that. I have them somewhere. I don't have them handy. You guys will find out that in the camp, 80%, I'm going to say, of people cooperated. So I had a girlfriend that wore a wire on me because she got charged too. We were doing the wire fraud. We were doing these false taxes. People got their refunds, but we took 20%. Anyways, when they came at me, she even called me and told me that she snitched on me. And when I found that out, I told them, well, I want to snitch back on her. And they said, well, it's too late because you can't both do that. And I tried to cooperate, but you're going to find out in a camp, about 80% of people, they cooperate, okay? However you want to work that. You guys, camps are different, man. In prison, in a penitentiary, they don't cooperate in there, okay? But I took my responsibility, accountability for, myself, and what they call it, count of responsibility. So where I sit in a room and I basically write down and tell them everything I did, and I take a plea deal, and that way they don't have to go to court and have a trial and a jury and all that stuff. But basically I tell on myself. And it says somewhere on there that if they want me to testify against somebody else that I said I will, doesn't mean I'm going to, but they take a couple points off your guidelines and you get less time. So I cooperated like that, but they wouldn't let me snitch back on my girlfriend. They did me a favor. It did take her about a month to find another guy while we were both on pretrial. And she still got she got 29 months. I'm not allowed to talk to her, say her name or anything ever again. But they did me a favor. I found out her true colors. So, see, your friend Aaron got a 51, 5K one, yeah. TJ, nope. I can't wait to get this sentence over with. Know what you mean? Yeah, I could never tell on anyone. They put that pressure on me. I still didn't fool. Look, I mean, if I know my neighbor doesn't have children, and one day I see him dragging home a kid and forcing that kid into the house into his house, I'm calling the cops and I'm snitching on the motherfucker, okay? If somebody comes and kills my mother and they're a gangbanger, and they tell me that if I say anything, I'm a dead man too, I'm saying something, okay? I don't care. You just killed my mother. So where do you draw the line? You know what I mean? Certain things, you know what I mean? But like I was at camp, I smoked cigarettes in the camp, right? And I didn't want nobody telling on me. There's a lot of cell phones in the camp, in the prisons, right? People, you tell on somebody for that, you deserve to get the shit beat out of you. I feel like that, right? When you get there, you're whoever you told on to get there, whatever. When you get to prison, you keep your mouth shut. You don't tell on anybody, all right? You don't tell who's got the cell phones, who's got the drugs, who's gambling, who's smoking, who stole chicken out of the chow hall. You don't say shit, okay? Whatever you did, you leave that behind, and you get to prison. It's another story, okay? So whatever you did to get there, whatever, people are white collar people are always telling on you. The whole office tells on everybody. So they just indicted 18 former NBA basketball players for this health care fraud, where they were saying that they had work done on their teeth and it cost them like 20 grand, and they all filed this false paperwork, and they got 20 grand and 50 grand and all this money back from their health care plan, and they're all about ready to get sentenced. And you don't tell me they're all telling on each other, pointing the finger. Yeah, trust me, they are. It doesn't matter who you are. People tell. It's just. But you need, when you get to prison, that changes, man. Okay, there's even in the camp, there's codes. Okay, and I've seen them beat the fuck out of people for telling. You tell on somebody with a cell phone or something, they will beat the fuck out of you. Okay, I mean, the living fuck out of you. They will. All right, so I see you respect that, bro. That's understandable. I feel like if you're a civilian like yourself, you're allowed to tell. That's not snitching. Went away there. But when you're in the game, you are not a civilian no more, and you can't snitch. Like I said, you come and you stab my mom died now, but you go stab my 90-year-old aunt, or you break in her house and steal from her, and I know who did it, I'm snitching on you. Okay? I don't care, man. You don't fuck with my family or anything like that. I'm done with, you know what I mean? I see a guy breaking in somebody's car and running, and I know it's a guy across the street, and I see him breaking into cars down the street. No, I ain't putting up with that shit, man. All right, I'll call the cops on the motherfucker because he's gonna break into my car next. Fuck that shit. I don't care. Just don't care. I ain't putting up with that, man. That's where I draw the line. I don't only want. Imagine that in San Francisco, they're breaking into cars left and right, man. Don't let me catch you breaking in a car. If I see you doing it, man, I'm counting. Okay. What kind of things get your good time taken away? Cell phones, cigarettes. No, not cigarettes. They made us do extra duty. Cell phones for sure. Cell phones is a big thing. They're hard to stay. You got to stay away from them. When you put that jersey on, you got to deal with everything that comes with it. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here, because this thing's getting shaky. But it looks like it held up for a good half an hour this time. So until I get my internet, I'll come back on here maybe tomorrow night and do one on this, like this. And then I'll get some regular videos going as soon as I get the internet hooked up, guys. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, hit that like button. And I got people coming on the show that are out of prison now that I did interviews with, so Chris and Jonathan and who was the other guy? Somebody else. They're all coming on. Well, I'm going to probably go live a couple times a week at least, Robert. Because I just moved here to Albuquerque. I got my own place now. I don't have 8 roommates. So, you know, before I had to like schedule when somebody wasn't there. And so I will come up with a schedule. Hopefully I get my internet hooked up tomorrow. And I'll make a regular schedule now that I have my own place and nobody tell me what to do. Then probation and my boss. I have a work schedule, but I will work around that. But I will come up with something. I'm probably go live 3 times a week and then do a couple other videos in between. Interview videos, things like that, whatever, you know. I do different variety ones, you know. Stuff like how to use the bathroom while you're in prison. I don't know, just leave me comments for suggestions and ideas, and I will do videos about that. I appreciate all you guys watching this channel. And I'm going to say goodnight. And I got to get up early because probation is coming to meet me. I get to meet my new probation officer tomorrow. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but they will be here in the morning. And I will be ready to fill that cup up for them. That's all they really care about is that cup. That's all they care about. I know that. The good thing my cup is clean. May your cup runneth over too. Okay, do you have an email I can contact you? Yeah, I do. It's my name, Sean. It's underneath the description of all my videos. Maybe not this one, but it's seancowgill@gmail.com. But go to my channel, Federal Prison Talk, and it's on there. Most videos, it's in the descriptions, or it's somewhere on the channel there. Okay, guys? I'm going to say goodnight. God bless you all. Have a great night.